Stillness is not emptiness. It's a form of presence. A way of being fully here without rushing toward the next moment. The forest doesn't hurry. The snow doesn't force itself to fall. Everything moves in its own time, with its own rhythm, with a kind of effortless grace. And maybe that's the first lesson winter offers, that life doesn't always need our pushing. Sometimes it needs our allowing. In a world obsessed with speed, slowness becomes a rebellion, a quiet act of self-respect. When you slow down, you begin to notice the details, the patterns in the snow, the way light reflects off ice, the subtle shift of the wind. Slowness brings you back to yourself. It reminds you that you are not a machine. You are a living being, meant to feel, to breathe, to simply exist. A snowy forest is a mirror. It reflects your inner world with startling honesty. If your mind is restless, the silence feels loud. If your heart is heavy, the stillness feels sharp. But if you allow yourself to settle, to breathe, to soften, the forest begins to feel like a companion, a quiet friend who asks for nothing and offers everything. Winter is the season of release. The trees let go of their leaves without resistance. The world sheds what it no longer needs. There is no fear in this letting go. No clinging. No regret. Just trust. Trust that what is meant to return will return, and what is meant to fall away will fall away. Maybe you too are allowed to release something now. A thought. A worry. A weight you've been carrying quietly. Let it fall like snow from a branch, softly, naturally, without force. Winter looks fragile, but it is one of the strongest seasons. It teaches resilience through softness, strength through surrender, endurance through rest. The forest survives not by fighting the cold, but by adapting to it, by conserving energy, by trusting the cycle. There is a quiet strength in knowing when to pause, when to breathe, when to gather yourself for what comes next. As you walk through this winter world, you may notice something subtle happening inside you. A loosening, a calming, a gentle return to your own presence. The forest doesn't ask you to be anything. It doesn't judge. It doesn't rush. It simply holds space for you to be. And in that space, you rediscover parts of yourself that get lost in the noise of everyday life. As you leave this snowy forest, carry its stillness with you. Carry its softness. Carry its quiet wisdom. Let it remind you that peace is not something you chase out in the world. It's something you cultivate within yourself. A space you return to again and again, no matter what the day brings. Because the calm you felt here isn't tied to the trees or the snow. It's tied to you, to the part of you that remembers how to breathe, how to slow down, how to simply exist without rushing toward the next moment. And whenever life feels heavy, whenever your mind becomes loud or your heart feels crowded, remember that you can always return here, to the quiet, to the calm, to the gentle truth of winter. This forest will be waiting for you, and so will the version of you who feels grounded, present, and at peace.